Hello, welcome back to the channel. All right, so in between the last episodes, I went ahead and farmed up enough gold to pick up a robe for each of my spellcasters. Just picked up the adventurer robe to give us the crushing damage bonus, and we also, as you probably saw, picked up the glasses of identification, so we could start identifying all of our stuff. So we get the orc leather +3, 4 armor class, 10 plus 10% resistance to missile damage, -1 charisma, which I do not care about. So we literally went from 6 armor class to straight up 0. That's fantastic. And then next we picked up a club. +2 Thaco. This is the Nasher. Uh, you know, I'm going to read some of these. I don't know. A lot of stuff's just going to be on a whim, so just roll with me. McCall of the Pine, a devious druid, carved this club and bonded it with the spirit of his wolverine companion. Like the tenacious creature, Nasher is a dangerous weapon in the hands of a skilled user. When the club strikes, sharp splinters dig into the victim's flesh, causing extreme pain, even extra damage that continues for some time after the blow. McCall used the club successfully on several occasions, earning the anger of orc loggers threatening his forest. +2 Thaco, 1d6 +2. Slivers add 2 points of piercing damage each round for 4 rounds. And we actually have a club user. How about that? We get to use both of the first 2 items. So, on another note, I could not fix the sequencer thing with Mage. I looked up online, and short of opening up the console and using the cheats that come in there to kill him and instantly resurrect him, which I just didn't feel like doing. I tried all the other stuff, it didn't work. It's not a big deal. That sequencer's not overly important, but
Fine.
we'll just roll without using it. And the other thing, too, apparently I don't need to rest in between fights unless I want to change out spells. Because look at my spells back during the next battle. So here's our next battle. We have a Minotaur, 3 archers, and 2 what looks like backstabbing assassins. And in the previous episode, we picked up a quest talking to Dolph Ebenbeard to where we could potentially transfer the mind of the adamantine golem back to, like, swap one of our characters' minds with his mind, and we become the adamantine golem. Actually, that was a little bit of a spoiler. Basically, well, the idea is to transfer his mind out of the body. But what it ends up being is you transfer one of your characters into his body and you become an adamantine golem, and it helps. Because we're going to dwindle down the forces of the winged. We're putting all the pieces together. So now that we got a bit of information on our next fight, we need to adjust our spells accordingly. And we also are going to look into hiring someone to help us out. So for the fight, what are we working with? Alec, do you have any summons? Did I pick any summons up for you? I did not. Maven. I have 1 spider spawn. I think that's alright. I think I'll pick up a haste and a slow. Actually, I don't need a haste on him. But I do want that summon. I know I didn't pick up any summons on him. I think we're good with that. So let's go ahead. Rest. Now, I do believe we have that contingency. Do we? Yes. I found earlier, I don't know if it was on camera or offline, where we found out where our contingency spells, or we could view them. So when I see the enemy, I want to target myself when I see the enemy with a stone skin. Since I used my stone skin, we're going to rest.
Yes. It will be done.
Now we're going to do a little bit of exploring before we go jumping into our next battle. Here's that halfling warrior, or I think he's a warrior, he said.
What are you looking at? You tired of having eyes in their sockets? Because they won't be there long if you don't look elsewhere.
Why would you do something like that?
Because I'm good at it.
Well, I suppose it makes sense.
Why don't you open your mouth and tell me what you want before I drastically change your outlook on the world? You got 5 seconds.
Oh, easy. Just want to know who you are.
Veldraki. The Fiend, Denneton calls me. You heard of the Mirabar Massacre? That was mine. Murders of Malford? That was mine, too. The drowning of the Deepwash, the killing of Kingsdale, the hanging of Hargrove, the beating of Belveston, and the burning of Browswaite. All mine. All on the list.
The list? What's that?
Never heard of the list, huh? Not surprised. Most who know about the list end up on the list. And those on the list don't live long enough to talk about the list.
That's what the list is for. Helps me remember who's getting X'd next. Why do most who know about the list end up on the list?
Most people who know about the list hear about it from me. When I tell them, they're on the list. Still feeling curious?
Actually, yes. I have another question for you.
You got a question for me? You got 5 seconds. Talk fast.
How'd you end up here?
So I walked into this dump of a tavern in Luskin. Just finished 3 big jobs and had some gold to drink through. First thing I see is a great big guy at the bar. He looked pudgy. Slow, you know? I should have looked twice. Soon as I explained his newly acquired on-the-list status, he throws off his cloak and grabs me. In the tavern light, I saw him as clear as day. He was made of metal.
Banner.
I must have stabbed him 100 times. He just smashed me in the face a dozen or so times until I blacked out. I woke up here. Thanks for reminding me. I need to put that guy on the top of the list.
I have another question, if you don't mind.
You got a question for me? You got 5 seconds. Talk fast.
I could use your help with something.
What am I, your mother?
Actually, there's a slim chance. Actually, I'd be going now.
Yeah, that's right. Walk away. It's the smart thing to do.
This is the orc. Hort Ildirth.
I am Hort Ildirth, first of the bone scars. My arms count 29 scar rings. I am the many-scarred warrior of my clan. 3 females lie in my hut.
I would know more about you, Hort Ildirth. First of the bone scars.
Hort does not speak to those who are without scars. They say you are a great warrior, but how do I know it is true?
You don't wear the scar rings.
Prove yourself. Then maybe I, Hort Ildur, first of the Bone Scars, will speak with you.
I don't like the idea of these trials, but I will fight hard and I will survive.
Hort Ildur, first of the Bone Scars, is eager to see that.
Alright. Sim Haximus.
Eh? Talking instead of training? Typical amateur. You newcomers are always wasting time talking, eating, sleeping, plotting. Take a lesson from a professional. Spend your time honing your combat skills. You'll live longer that way.
Who are you?
I am Sim Haximus, though I bet you already knew that. A gladiator of my fame can hardly go anywhere without being noticed. Such is the price of greatness. Don't think it came easily, though. I've spent every day of my life training for battle. That's why I'm here talking to you instead of rotting in an unmarked grave. You and the other amateurs here would do well to follow my example.
Okay. Well, do you have any advice for me regarding the arena?
Try not to get it.
You'll live longer. Well, that seems sort of obvious.
You would think so, wouldn't you? I can't tell you the number of new gladiators I've battled who pay little attention to their own defense. They think that a strong sword arm will save them. Sometimes it does for a few fights, but eventually they fall. Pay attention to your defenses. If your enemy cannot strike you, it's just a matter of time before you defeat them.
The more cautious gladiator usually wins. Remember that and you might walk out of here alive. That is, if you don't have to face me. Well, thanks for the information. Can I ask you something else?
What is it? I suppose I can take a short break from training. Make it quick, though. I did not become the master of the arena by talking. Training is the key to success, and I am the greatest there has ever been.
Will you assist me in my next arena fight?
Assist you? Certainly. I never miss an opportunity for more training or to study the combat style of my fellow gladiators. You never know when we'll be facing each other. I will meet you in the arena for your next fight.
There we go.
Very well.
Stirve the creature wrangler.
You need something, stranger?
Look at my puppies. Pretty, aren't they? Want to pet them? Take one for a walk? Don't look at me all crooked like. I know them aren't puppies. You dirty slave. Think I'm dumb? Look who's dumb. You're the slave. You got caught, just like my puppies. You slaves are no better than them, in fact. No, you slaves are no better than them. In fact, you're worse. You smell, and you ain't half as pretty. You know what my puppies are good at? Fighting. Oh, yes, they are. Want to take one out for a tumble? It'll cost. But don't worry, I won't let the fighting go to the end. At least not theirs. No, not right now. Off we then. I got work to do. Daddy's coming, darlings. I think if we fight this wyvern, we get a reward. But I think it costs a few thousand gold to fight him. And we do not have that. We're at 192. Cook's bodyguard.
I have things to do. One not being sitting on me duffer talking to you.
Oh, here comes another lamb for the slaughter. What do you want? Who are you? I'm the bleeding chef. If it was for me, you'd have nothing good to eat. None of you would. Hunters upstairs, the slaves below. I best never find you lingering around me kitchen. Poking in me pots, complaining about your food, even look at me crossways, and you'll answer to him. I could fry you and your friends a dozen ways. Stay out of the kitchen. Anything else? Yeah, what is this place? It's your world now. You sleep in your bunk, eat what I cook, fight for your life. If you're any good and lucky, you might keep it a while. And the kitchen banquet hall are mine. The kitchen and banquet hall are mine. Upstairs is the hunters. All that goes up there is food and drink and the bloody nosers. If you want to poke about, go see the merchants or the clerics. Better yet, keep to the lounge or training hall. In the arena, of course. Anything else? Yeah, how do we get out of here? You don't. That's how. Anything else you want to ask, or can I get back to work now? Fuck off.
I am happy not. No, I'm not.
Marduk. Shh, not now. Hey, no talking to the help. I got pots to clean, you know. Later, sir. We'll quit yammering and get back to work. You want to feel me spoon on the back of your heads again?
You're rather outlandish folk to be wandering round
What
here.
is your will? Indeed.
Alright, well, they're not in the mood to talk.
Ho ho, what have we here? Come, raise a flagon with me. We'll drink till we die in the arena. Or the bar. The bar is more likely for me.
Drinking already? Isn't it a bit early for that?
I thought I was getting a late start. What are you, some sort of paladin?
No, I just want to stay sober and survive my first day in this place.
That's unfortunate. But don't worry. Old Volkilden will loosen you up.
I'll have you singing and drinking with the best of them in a 10-day. If you're still alive, that is. I don't intend to die anytime soon.
Volkilden's the name. A fighter, drinker, and lover. Though, not necessarily in that order.
How did you come to be here, Volkilden?
Not so soon. Not so soon.
Win a few fights and you'll have earned the right to hear the story of how they captured the mighty Volkilden. Fair enough. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah. And what can mighty Volkilden do for you?
You're clearly a man of many skills and stories.
I'll tell you what I know, and a few things I don't.
You're a good fighter, I take it?
Good at fighting? You could say that. I killed a dozen tundra yeti, bare-handed.
Bare-handed. You've heard of the tundra deity, yes? Yeah, terrible creatures. A threat to all goodly folk.
I was escorting a caravan from the 10 towns south to Luskan.
We made camp for the night. I told them not to, but they didn't listen to Volkilden.
In the middle of the night, a pack of yetis attacked. In the chaos, I lost my axe. I had to rip one of their hairy arms off and use it to club the others to death. The devils had killed the oxen and most of the guards. I had to pull the wagons to Luskan myself, fighting yetis and bandits the whole way.
I completely and totally believe you. I'll be on my way. No. An impressive feat. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah. And what can mighty... I'll tell you what I know, and a few things I don't.
You said you know a thing or two about women?
Saying Volkil knows a thing or two about women is like saying Elminster can cast a few spells.
I know things about women they don't even know about themselves. For instance?
Nice try. Yeah. And what can mighty Volkil do for you? I'll tell you what I know, and a few things I don't.
I gather you have a drink now and then. Especially now.
I like a drink. When I'm not fighting, or sleeping, or drinking already.
We're gonna get along fabulously. Can I ask you some more questions?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what I know, and a few things I don't.
How did you end up here, Volkil?
Not so soon. Not so soon. Well, come find me the next time you need a drink, a laugh, or a pummeling.
What?
Shit.
If you insist.
Let's see. Favor of Ilmater. By invoking the spell, the caster switches his own life force with that of the recipient. Eh. You know what? Let's do 2 Animate Dead.
Simple enough.
Hello again. Will you be fighting our latest offering, or will you attempt to fight
All right.
one of your previous battles again?
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you again to our main event. You've already met our next combatant. Once again, I give you our newest attraction, the Scourge of Palos Pits. This challenger is entirely homegrown. There's not a craven orc in the bunch.
They're top the gladiatorial team out of Raskalov's Academy of Might from right here in Thay. I give you Raskalov's Ragers.
What in Farron are you babbling about? Naturally, it won't work.
This had best be important, Denison.
It is. Make an example out of these fools. A gruesome one.
As you wish. I shall expect payment shortly.
Of course, of course. Now off with you. Everyone, please settle down and return to your seats.
I'm afraid we can't pay out the bets in the last match. It was interfered with. All wages will be pushed to the next one.
In the meantime, grab another ale or leg of mutton while we do some slight restaging.
Our food vendors are coming down the aisles now.
As for you performers, let this be a lesson to you. There will be no changes to the script, and the script is this: you fight.
Fight well and live. Fight poorly, you die. It's hardly original, but it's a crowd pleaser.
Attention, everyone. We are ready once more for today's main event.
We've decided to keep what remains of Raskalov's Ragers, and we're throwing in some Minotaurs to help them out.
Before we start, would you like to address your adoring fans?
I've destroyed some orcs for your amusement. These gladiators will prove to be no different. But you, my people, deserve more. Give me the proper tools, and I swear the front row will drip red with blood.
How can you resist a champion who begs for the opportunity to entertain you more?
Dig deep and be generous, but above all, enjoy the show. Combatants to arms.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
So we got Sim Haximus over here. I believe he's a Dwarven Defender.
Yes?
It
It shall
back.
be.
Yep.
Buff a bit.
Sure.
You already have Stone Skin. Go ahead, pop that. You pop a Stone Skin.
Yes.
Go ahead and do another skeleton. Actually, do a skeleton over. Yeah, over here.
Yes?
I think I'm going to try to blind this first archer because we still have those two invisible guys. Because I think right off the bat... Oh, shit. Yeah, so try to blind this guy. Okay. So one drank a potion and went invisible. The other one hid in the shadows. Because he's nowhere to be seen. So we're missing two. Haximus is up there. Our summons are going. I'm gonna send the spider on this archer. Okay. So we got the second one out. Rachel, give me a bless. You can get on that gladiator. He's saved. Shit. We'll try it again. Haste is out, so Phallic. Go ahead and pop a Berserker Rage.
What is my
Crow, you
task?
can get in there. Looks like our spider already died. Actually, after this bless goes out, we'll send Crow and Phallic after the other gladiator because they're just dangerous. Alright, he's out. So
What is my task?
you try to get a chromatic orb, maybe we can get a stun on him. Phallic, get on this guy. He'll probably quaff another potion, but
What do you want?
it'll be fine. I think we'll send Crow after this gladiator. Haximus is doing good. Damn it, did he save? No, he's blinded. This guy's blinded. So he's effectively out of fight for the moment.
All right.
So we'll work on this other gladiator with Phallic. Pop another called shot.
Uh-huh.
I think we'll do a recitation. Let's try to blind this Minotaur. I really wish I could stop clipping those edges. That's so annoying. He interrupted Rachel. This fucking assassin or whatever he is. Try to chromatic orb him. Try to blind this guy. Hey, Hacksmith, or Crow, get back here.
Another casualty.
Save. Yeah, we'll just magic missile him. Magic missile.
Uh-huh.
My wings could use an attack.
Something you need.
Have her back up. Her around.
And another one goes down. Drag him out and keep going.
Alright, we'll send Thalic and Crow after the Minotaur. We will put Valak and the two mages are ranged on the ranged Gladiator, and that'll be it.
See that?
That'll do, Pig.
Impressive performer, but can you do it again?
It shall be. Consider it done.
The champions of Palas Pits have won!
Yes!
Wow. You obviously have at least one rabid, not to mention extremely wealthy, fan. Just look at what someone sent you today.
And that's a level up. So we have a figurine. A small golden figurine resembles that of a minotaur. This golden calf idol fits in the palm of your hand. Engraved on the base is a command word that activates the idol. When the command word is spoken, the idol comes to life, grows, and changes shape into a life-sized minotaur. The minotaur will obey its master's commands for the duration of the spell or until it is slain. One turn after, regardless if the minotaur has lived or died, it will revert back to its previous size and shape. It takes a day to recharge the idol. So we summon a minotaur warrior once per day. Fairly decent for these early fights. I'm going to put that on Crow. So we have level 1, 2, 3, and 6 and 7 spell. Basic warrior level ups. Saving throw level ups. Always love those. Looks like we get some priest stuff. What are we going to take for this? How about a curse? I do like Zone of Sweet Air. And Entropy Shield is definitely something we'll be taking. You know what? Yeah. Entropy Shield. When cast, this spell surrounds the caster with defensive maelstrom of energy that blocks or deflects many attacks. Gives the priest a +6 bonus to armor class, +2 to saving throws, and 50% resistance to all elements. The priest is also immune to flame strike and all missile-based attacks, including missiles created by such spells. as magic, by spells such as magic missile. Finally, the priest is protected from several abjuration magic such as breach, remove magic, imprisonment, but not all from abjuration spells can target the entropy shield itself. But not all from the abjuration spells that target the entropy shield itself, such as Secret Word or Ruby Ray Reversal. Super amazing spell. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 spells. So we need level 6 and 7 spells for Maven. Just doesn't have any. And here we get some more spells for him. We have to be, again, very careful with what we choose for him. We got the most important ones: Stone Skin, Secret Word, Spirit Armor is good. I definitely, if I were doing a solo playthrough, Fire Shield Red and Blue would be good. But Greater Malison is also good because it reduces saving throws of enemies. Improved Invisibility is really good because this spell is similar to Invisibility, but the recipient is able to attack by missile discharge, melee combat, or spell casting while remaining unseen. Now, we could still be hit because, however, the Telltale Traces, a shimmering, allow an observant opponent to attack the invisible recipient. These traces are only noticeable when specifically looked for, after the invisible character has made his presence known. That's what they mean by that. Attacks against the invisible caster suffer a -4 penalty to attack rolls, and the invisible character's saving throws are made with a +4 bonus. So that would be amazing for both Phallic and Crow. I really like Courage and Hope, but because I can't swap out spells with the Sorcerer, and we have a Mage to cast those things, I'm just not going to get them. I think... I mean, I really like Ice Storm, too. Globe of Minor Invulnerability is good, but we will get Globe of Invulnerability later. And we level so fast, I just don't see us taking this. But I do like this. I think what I'm going to do... I think I'm going to get Improved Invisibility. As far as our level 5 spells goes, it's probably going to be Breach. Here's a complete list of all the spells, protection spells that are disabled by Breach. I won't read all of them, but the ones to keep in mind: Greater Divine Protection, Impervious Sanctity of the Mind, Improved Chaos Shield, all the elemental protections, protection from evil, protection from good, Unflailing Endurance, really good. Cloud Kill is definitely of note. You know, I love my summons. Lower Resistance is something I think I want later on. The big one's Spell Shield, Spell Immunity. Protection from normal weapons, it almost feels like a waste. It's not bad, but if someone has protection from magical weapons, we swap over to a regular weapon, basically anything that's not a +1 or above, and we can hit them. Unless they pop this. But yeah, Lower Resistance is probably going to be the next one that we get. Chaos is good, but we can get that on either Phallic or Maven. So it would just kind of be a waste. But so here we go. So many good ones. Death Fog is good. Death Spell is great. When Death Spell is cast, it snuffs out the life force of creatures within the area of effect, instantly and irrevocably. Creatures with more than 8 hit dice are immune to this spell. Only enemies are affected by this spell. So pretty much any summons are going to die. Almost any summon. And of course, here's the globe of invulnerability. This spell creates an immobile, faintly shimmering magical sphere around the caster that prevents any first, second, third, or fourth level spell effects from penetrating. The area of effect of any such spells does not include the area of the globe of invulnerability. This includes innate abilities and effects from devices. However, any type of spell can be cast out of the magical sphere, and these pass from the caster of the globe to their subject without affecting the globe. 5th level and higher spells are not affected by the globe, and magical attacks of 5th level or higher, such as Spell Strike and Pierce Magic, can bring it down. Improved Haste is amazing. I'll spare reading the entire thing, but instead of just attacking faster, attack rates doubles the normal movement, attack rates, and receives a +2 bonus to its initiative. Thus, a creature moving at 6 and attacking once per round will now move at 12 and attack twice per round. Spell casting and the spell effects are not sped up. There are 3 major differences between the two spells. First, there's no period of fatigue following the expiration of the spell. That's huge. And second, the spell will only affect one creature. Kind of sucks, but you can't do that to the whole party in one spell. It would be way too powerful. This also negates the slow effect, but it is not cumulative with itself or other similar magic, so you can't double up on them, or the lower version, and add to it. Mislead is cool. I don't really understand it. I'm not going to try to figure it out and explain it here, but I've seen it used, and it's really cool. Pierce Magic is huge. We'll definitely be getting that at some point, because it's another dispel of the big spells. So when you see something like Shield, well, here's the whole list. Spells affected by Pierce Magic are Entropy Shield, Globe of Invulnerability, Magic Resistance, Minor Globe, Minor Spell Deflection, Minor Spell Turning, Saloon's Blessing, Shield of Archons, Spell Deflection, Spell Immunity, Spell Shield, and Spell Turning. Those are the major ones. Those are the major ones. The other thing this thing does, which is really good, if you have creatures, say like Drow, for example, who have very high magic resistance, or any creature that does, you have the lower resistance spell, which can target them and lower their resistance that stacks by 21%. But if you use Pierce Magic, not only can we remove their spell protections protect their spells and their spells that buff them and do other things. Spell protections are shields for the spells. So you have to get rid of that first layer of protection. Then you could remove all the other protections. But Pierce Magic gets rid of almost all the biggest ones, with the exception of Spell Trap, which is a level 9 spell. Pierce Magic will lower the magic resistance of the target by 15%, and that stacks with lower resistance. So this is huge. Protection from magical weapons is major. We already have that. That's our big one. Spell Deflection is one of our big protection spells. We'll definitely be picking that up at some point. But I think we also need protection from magical energy too at some point. When the spell is cast, it confers 100% vulnerability to all magic-based attacks, such as Magic Missile, or Abidazim's Horde Wilting. Major. Abidazim's Horde Wilting will completely fuck a hole in your life. We got our big one already. But you know what? I think we need to go with Improved Haste. And level 7. Kelbin's Warding Whip is good. It removes all the big spells, with the exception of the highest level 9 spells, Spell Trap. And this spell, it dispels 1 spell protection of up to 8th level, so 8th level and below. every round thereafter till the duration of the spell expires. So it's going to continually remove one spell at a time each round. So I could, if there are multiple targets, I could use Kelvin's Warding Whip on one, and then use a couple other people to focus the other. So they'll typically in high level situations they'll have spell turning, spell shield, spell deflection. So this would be good to have. But Mantle is a big one as far as protection spells. When spells cast, it confers complete invulnerability to all weapons except for those of +4 or better. There is a higher level one eventually. But what we want here is Mordekainen's sword. We're going to be picking this one up. Upon casting the spell, the wizard brings into being a shimmering sword-like plane of force that leaps into the wizard's hands. The sword acts as a +4 weapon in all respects and deals 5d4 points of damage upon hitting the target. Once the spell is cast, the sword will float in the air completely under the caster's control. This does not prevent the caster from doing other actions. It's a summon. It's a floating sword, just like a summon. We'll definitely be picking that up, and we're also going to be getting that on Maven. Prismatic Spray is fun. Project Image I've seen. I don't really know how it works. I'm not smart enough for it. But the other things of note here, I love all these summons. Ruby Ray Reversal is a real major source of removing spell protections. But the big one here that we're going to pick up for right now is Mordekainen's Sword. Eventually, I'll probably pick up Acid Storm as well. Sorry, that was really long-winded. Apologies. And here. I think we're going to put a point into Crossbow. We'll give Crossbow to 2, then we'll just bounce back and forth between Crossbow and Shortbow. Because why not?
Give me a fine.
The dashing duelist, the persistent pugilist, the gallant gladiator returns. Have you a moment to discuss your latest match?
I'd be happy to.
So, I understand this latest fight had a bit of excitement before it even began.
Aye. Some of the other gladiators attacked Denneton before the match. He was merciless in his reprisals.
Here's the story.
The Thayan fighters fought fiercely but futilely for their freedom. Our famous hero finished the forlorn fugitives off. That's what you got from what I said?
You are a scintillating subject. This chronicle is sure to be a bestseller.
It will be done.
Alright. So the first thing we need to do, we need spells. And we are sitting at 12,192. So Phallic. Definitely going to go protection from petrification, I think. Second mirror image for sure. I think detect illusion, just in case for some reason we need to get rid of some mirror images or invisibility, we have it available. Because we have spirit armor, so we don't need to use ghost armor anymore. Hold person, just no thank you. It's not bad, but ooh. I wonder if his sequencer will work. I didn't try it on him. Or did I? I don't know. Alright, so we need to look at 5th, 6th, and 7th level. Well, actually,
Very
just look at all of them. I already have Cat's Grace. Vocalize is something I should get. Or train. Prepare. Dire Charm could be fun in some situations. I don't need any of the minor spell stuff. We just level too fast. Definitely want to remove magic. With Phallic, I'm mainly focusing on spells that, like remove magic, will help out in situations to remove the protection spells after we remove the spell protections. Remove magic and remove the other spells. So having at least 3 characters to be able to do that is going to be helpful. Other than that, it's going to be on Phallic all about protection spells for him. And then once we get comfortable enough and we are farming fights, we can play with other spells. But when it comes to important spells, you just don't have time to, pull some fuckery with, Dire Charm, for example. For taste, pick that up. A little bit of vulnerability, pick that up. Let's pick up a level 7 spell now. Improved Mantle is what? Where are you? There it is. That is a level 8 spell. So I don't need I don't need regular Mantle. Again, just because we'll level so fast. No point in spending the money. Spell turning is a powerful abjuration spell. Causes the cast, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this absorbs spells up to a total of level 12 spells. So if they cast 6 level 2 spells, this spell will absorb all of that. If they cast a level 2 level 6 spells, it'll absorb all of that. Very good spell. Improved haste. Blah, limited wish. No, thank you. Good spell, but no thank you. Let's be done with this for now because Maven needs spells. I'm not going to have enough. Shit.
Consider it done.
Could do wish. We'll definitely be getting that. Spell trap, so good. So improved mantle, invulnerability to all weapons except for those of +5 or better. Abidazim's Horde Wilting. We're missing a level 6 spell, but that's fine. We'll pick it up after we do another fight.
Indeed.
Where is my music? Oh my god, did I learn it on Thalic? Who the hell? Who learned that? Am I drunk? I mean, look, I drank a six-pack, sure. Somebody learned it. Wait, it's a level 8.
If you insist.
Okay. I mean, I can't even blame a six-pack on that because I'm not drunk off it. This is our next fight, by the way. A bunch of lizard men. Warm blood sickens me. Yeah, your face, your cold blood, and your orange skin. How about that? It all sickens me. What do you think about that? Learn a fucking level 8 spell. Boy, you're special. So we need to, before we end the episode, got a couple minutes left here. Let's prepare minor sequencer on Thalic. Nope, it's doing the same thing. Not working. Whatever. That's fine. Another stone skin is way better anyway. Level 8 spell. Change out some spells. Second stone skin. Really doesn't matter too much for what we're going to do, what we're going to be playing with here, so I'm not overly concerned. We're just, we're going to be doing the, that gladiator fight several times in the next episode. Get some money, and until we get the other item that we need. We already got the one, so we still need one more.
Simple enough.
And we'll go ahead and have Maximus help us again, because we're going to do another round of summons with our new summons. Gonna help me out, buddy?
What is it? Don't think it came easily, though. I've spent every day of my life training for battle. What is it?
Gonna help me in my next fight?
Assist you? Certainly.
Certainly.
I never miss an opportunity for more training, or to study the combat style of my fellow gladiators. You never know when we'll be facing each other. I will meet you in the arena for your next fight.
Okay, we'll go ahead and end it here, and we'll jump right into the next one before bed. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.